Hi guys, I hope you're all well. I'm joined today with a Swedish film crew and we're going to be doing a semen facial. So I'm going to show you what's involved. If you have any questions, if you want to ask me anything, pop it in the comments and I will answer them as we go. So here we are, I'm in my kitchen. I'm going to start by getting some fresh semen from my fridge. As you can see, I keep it out of the reach of the children. And this donation is fresh from this morning. I'm going to show you how I do my semen facial. Most people ask me what's involved in a semen facial and why I choose to use that over other products. As you know or may not know, I have a skin complaint called rosacea, which leaves my face red all the time. It's like having sunburn, which can be very unpleasant. And using kind of shop bought products, they have chemicals, they have side effects, they have negative reactions. This is a healthier and safer, natural way for me to have a beauty regime. So thank you all for logging in. I can see all your likes coming across the screen. That's really kind of you guys. I'm going to demonstrate now the semen facial. So let me try and do this with one hand. I might have to put the phone down for 1 second. Sorry guys. There we go. I've got the lid off. So as you know, with every kind of donation of semen, the taste, the texture will change, the smell will change depending on what you've eaten, the consistency. If you keep it in the fridge, I like to keep it there so that there's no bacteria growing. You don't want to leave it out in sunlight. You don't want to leave it to kind of fester. So I keep it chilled in the fridge until I'm ready for it. This is a single donation, which is actually quite a lot in this amount here. And I received that from a friend just as you would go to a shop to buy a loaf of bread or something. There's nothing kind of underhand or sexual involved. It literally is just a product that I wouldn't be able to get from a supermarket, that my male friend brings to me. He's single and I'm single also, but we're not in a relationship. It's just for science purposes really, as strange as that sometimes sounds to people. And so I can see all your comments scrolling. You guys write so fast. But please get your comments into me, and if there's any questions that you have, I'll try my best to answer them as we go along. So this right here is quite pungent. The aroma changes with the lid on the pot. It makes it quite concentrated. And again, depending on what you've eaten on that day, if you've had alcohol, if you smoke cigarettes, if you eat asparagus even, that all comes through in the scent of the semen. So, you know, if you don't like the smell of it, you can mix it with essential oils, with lavender oil or vanilla extract. It makes it a bit more pleasant. But at the same time, I'm happy to use it straight as it is really. But scented candles do work wonders if you don't like the smell. John says, I'm single too. Great news, John. Gavlin says that's nasty. I know that everybody has a different kind of approach to what they see as natural in beauty. For me, I think, you know, you should be educated in what goes into your beauty products. So when you go to a supermarket, when you go to a store, the things that are inside of there, you know, there's animal fats, there's chemicals, there's poisons even. If you were to actually see a breakdown of what goes into your deodorant or toothpaste, you'd probably never use them again. Whereas this way, you know, I know it's from a natural source. I know that it's a living product. It has over 200 proteins, vitamins and minerals per teaspoon. And there's things in there that are very beneficial for the body. So there's vitamin C, which is great for the immune system. It also helps with the elasticity of the skin. There's 3% of your recommended daily allowance of zinc, and that's natural antioxidant, which helps fight anti-aging. You have potassium, which is good for your metabolism. There's magnesium, which helps to relieve aches and pains from joints. There's so many different things, you know, a whole list of them for hundreds and hundreds of vitamins and minerals that your body needs on a daily basis. So, you know, for me to tell you all of those, it would be here all day. But I have my blog, tracykiss.com. If you go online, the full information is on there. Sadiq says, thank you for the information. You're very welcome. And if you have any other questions, please fire them into me, whether it's good or bad, you know, I'm here to answer them. Michael says, you're so gorgeous. Thank you, Michael. Nad says, I love you. Aman says, I love you. Jamil says, hello, how are you? Thank you, guys. John says, balls of steel. Amazing, absolutely amazing, John. So now I'm going to show you how I apply the semen facial. And this can be done at any time of the day, preferably in the evening when you can just kind of relax and leave it on. It actually soaks into the face very quickly. And that's the job of semen, really, you know, to absorb into the body as fast as possible and to do what it sets out to do. So I start by just dipping my finger into the semen. This is quite cold because it's been in the fridge. But, you know, if you were to be in a relationship and you want to use semen, it would be warm if used fresh. So I'm going to put this on my face. As you can see, it kind of drips. I just put it onto my cheeks. And these are the areas that I suffer worst with from rosacea. So, you know, as you can see, I'm just like anybody else. I get spots, I get dark circles. I have redness to my face. This is something that's very natural, it's very soothing, and it helps to make a very big difference to my face. I feel hydrated, my makeup sits better when I put it on the skin, it's not as dry and hot, and yeah, it's just a very natural and positive thing that I like to use, really. Luke says, Trey Bell. Thank you, Luke, that's very kind of you. Bashir says, you look cute. Thank you, Bashir. Rana says, say hi. Hi, Rana. So I'm just doing a semen facial now, as you can all see. I'm loving your comments and likes. Please keep them coming. I'm just putting this on my cheeks today because this is the area of my face that I find it works best. You know, there's for different skin types, you get oily skin, you get dry skin. The T-zone is probably something that people struggle with. Likewise, I get quite hot under the eyes, so that's always a good area to cover. But you need to also know that, you know, it is sperm, so you don't put that near your eyes and, you know, nostrils and mouth, really, to kind of be cautious of that. Rockstar says, beautiful. Akram says, hi. Thank you, guys. John says, everything is beautiful about you. Thank you, John. You know, one of the main reasons why I like to do Facebook Lives and to show things like this, first of all, as a journalist, I think it's important that you educate and inform people. Secondly, I think that the world is full of so many people that, you know, judge people based on first impressions, on shock factors. Desmond says, when I read it somewhere, I told my female friend, she didn't believe me, but a lot of women are zinc deficient, so semen is a good natural source. Absolutely. You know, it's vitamins and minerals that the body has to replenish on a daily basis. So it's very, very good for you. You know, people see it in a kind of sexual way and they think how you're trying to convince somebody to do a rude act, but actually it's not like that at all. You know, it's a very natural and healthy way to behave, I think. Bashir says, why are you doing that? So this is a way to make my face as soothed and gentle as possible. You know, there's no preservatives, there's no additives, there's no chemicals in this. It's as natural and as live and as healthy as you can get. John says, you don't always have to rub it on yourself. Let me do it. Thank you, John. You know, if I was married, I would have a husband do this at least 2 times a day for me. I would be so happy to be in a relationship where, you know, you have something that you can help your partner with. And equally for men, you know, it's important that you recognize what semen is like. You know, very often you would perform a sex act or something and it would be gone very quickly. You wouldn't actually look at it and smell it and touch it and taste it. You know, so to actually have that knowledge, it's important to know if things change, if it's dehydrated or if the flavour becomes very pungent, it could be a sign that your health is failing. So, you know, to seek medical attention, just as a woman would check her breasts, you know, you want to know what's normal for you. You can do that as part of a healthy relationship to know that you're safe and you're okay. Naturally, you know, I wouldn't promote strangers to share semen. I think it's something that you have to be very cautious of. You have to use common sense. So to make sure that you're not drinking alcohol, you're not taking drugs, that you have an STI or an STD sexual health check, you don't want to spread any diseases. So that's why I use a friend who I know is safe. And then, you know, in future, if I had a partner that I could do this with, I'd be very happy. Manoj says, I think you need some cosmetics from the markets. That's the problem I have with my sensitive skin. If I use even sensitive skin wipes or sensitive creams, they still have additives and preservatives. So they can exist on a shelf in a supermarket for 18 months and nothing changes in them. Whereas, you know, semen or sperm, that lasts 24 hours and then you have to throw it away. So it's a more natural, living, organic and safe product to use that doesn't give me side effects. It doesn't interfere with my skin. It doesn't make it feel bad or hot. And in this day and age, it's about being educated and aware of what goes into your products. You know, as a consumer, you need to know if you take something, are you going to have an allergic reaction? Could you lose your eyesight, or, you know, could your face swell up and you put yourself in danger? People have their hair dyed, you know, and they end up with black eyes and swollen face. So it's very serious to know what goes into your products and to vote with your feet. You know, if there's something that's using animal cruelty or something that's illegal, don't purchase that product, boycott it, you know, and look at alternative measures, organic things, and products that you have at home, because surprisingly, they are the best for you. John said, I'd rub it all over you if you choose me to be your partner. Thank you, John. You know, it doesn't just have to be used on the face. Any area of skin that's dry or that could use replenishing. A lot of men actually write to me and say that they've accidentally moisturised their hands with semen, and they always say how soft and lovely it feels. I was very fortunate that I was able to do my first semen facial on another person yesterday, which was amazing. So I had a young lady who was 19. She came to my home. And I was able to apply semen to her face. And you know, at the age of 19, it's a time when you have perfect skin, when you can get sunburnt and you can party all night and you can drink alcohol and you have no wrinkles or lines. You know, you're very lucky then. But actually, it's also a time when you have to think about your future skin health. So, you know, if you damage your skin and if you neglect your skin, in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you pay the price for that. So, you know, how you treat your skin today is how you will look down the line. So I always recommend using an SPF factor 20 at least for sun cream. And for using a regular skincare routine. You know, being a single mother, I have 2 children. I don't have bottomless pockets. You know, beauty products and cosmetics, they can cost £50, £100 for a beautiful cream. To be able to have something that I have constant access to, that's free and it's organic and I have no side effects, this is something that I will continue to do for the rest of my life. It doesn't cost me anything. It's something that fits into my daily beauty regime. And, you know, I don't make money from it. I'm not selling it. I'm not trying to convince the world they should do it. I'm just putting out the information there, the benefits of it, and sharing my experience, because that's what bloggers and vloggers do. You know, you tell people the pros and cons, and how it works for you. And it's up to you to make up your own mind. You know, I'm not a salesperson. Manoj says, why don't you drink more water for your glowing skin? Do you know what? I drink 6 litres of water a day at maximum. A minimum I would have 2 litres. It depends on when I train. I do 2 hours of cardio. I'm doing bodybuilding for my fitness bikini contest. So, you know, I'm very healthy in everything that I do. So this is the kind of nutrition side of it, and the beauty side of it also. It's just a case of tying everything together, really.